Hey everybody, how's it going? I am wearing my glasses tonight because I can't sleep, and I thought I would make a vlog in an attempt to tire myself out so I can sleep. So I already took out my contacts, I'm in the glasses, let's just run with it. So I was at a meeting a few weeks ago with the District Board of Ministerial Development. Essentially it's a group of old pastors who are making sure that the young pastors are pursuing ordination and have not become heretics. And they asked me a very interesting question. They said, what's one thing you've learned about yourself since you joined the ministry? And I came up with two answers. The first of which being I had no idea how opinionated I was until I couldn't have everything done my way. And the second thing was that I'm not as interesting as I thought I was. And what I mean by that is I teach teenagers 3 times a week, twice on Sundays and once on Wednesdays. And I don't teach teenagers who are unfamiliar with Jesus and with the Bible and with church. I tend to teach teenagers who were born and raised in a church atmosphere and who have been forced to go their entire lives, who are going now. And there aren't that many stories they haven't heard. There aren't that many new and exciting things to tell them. So it's difficult keeping their attention when they already come at it with the idea of, I've heard this all already. And I had been teaching, and I get the bored, like, stare off into space, not paying attention look on a pretty regular basis. But it seems like lately it's just been painful. It's been, for lack of a better word, it's been painful to have the kids pay attention to me. So I decided to try some different things. Because what I was doing, I think, is something that I have always had a problem with philosophically. And I never wanted to be the guy who did this, but I think I'm doing it now. I was teaching to the lowest common denominator. That's why I hate network television, because they tend to play to the lowest common denominator. Most sitcoms play to the dumbest people watching the show. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to teach at this low level that they've been at for years and not have them learn anything just because it might go over somebody's head at some point. I am deciding to be more aggressively intellectual with how I teach. So here are the 3 things that I am doing. Sunday mornings, I'm going through a series, because it's so hard to find good curriculum. Most of you probably don't know what it's like to teach church Sunday school. But if you go out there and just buy any random book and think you can teach out of it and teach well, you're crazy. Because 95% of curriculum is garbage that's either written to kids like they're morons, or it's written by, seminary graduates who now have doctorates who are packing the most content and the least amount of comprehension into every single lesson. So, not easy to find good curriculum. So the Sunday morning stuff I'm writing myself. It's essentially, I'm going through the world that we live in and how the Bible applies to that. And I'm talking about hands-on things. I'm talking about healthcare. I'm talking about social reform. I'm talking about foreign policy. All the big issues, the way in which our world operates. I'm going to talk about how how the Bible plays into those things and how we can be ambassadors of peace in a world that doesn't value peace as much as it says it does. So, that Sunday morning is it's going to be aggressively culture-based. So, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Number 2 is Sunday evening. I teach Sunday nights. And Sunday nights, I did find some good curriculum that goes through the book of Ezekiel, which nobody ever goes through because it starts out with a glorified UFO sighting and it sounds like Ezekiel's on LSD. But there's a lot of good things to be said, and I have good curriculum I can work with. It's a little bit heady, it's a little bit intellectual, but I feel like it works well. I tried it this Sunday and they seem to connect with it. And Wednesday I'm just going through basic lessons. It's a junior high group, so it's not quite as old as the typical group. So with them I can go a little bit more basic, but still challenging worldviews and shifting paradigms and all that good stuff. This was always my problem with the way our education system works, and with the way television is run, and with everything. If you teach the lowest common denominator, nobody will ever rise to the occasion and be challenged by something. So I don't want to be that kind of teacher. I don't want to be that kind of guy, vlogger, whatever. So that's what I'm doing with my classes, and I will probably be teaching that way till May, and I'm super excited about that. Which sounds lame, but I'm excited. I love my job, I really do. So, anyway, I'm gonna go, but first I'll just give you a quick update on how my writing is coming. I told you guys I was writing a book over the course of 2010, and it'll never get written if it goes at the rate it's going now. I spent a lot of time hemming and hawing and having problems with the original idea I had, and I'm just learning now that it's over my head. I'm gonna shelve it for now and hopefully come back to it when I'm ready for it. But for now, I will be teaching, not teaching. I will be writing an idea I had a couple years ago, and it should be easier to write, but still I think have a good deal of heart and have great themes and things to say. So super excited. Maybe I'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna go to bed. You have a great night, guys. Bye.